Hey guys, I am here at Nickerel Music, Santa Barbara, at my bench, checking out one of these things that came across our shop pretty recently. I thought it was really cool. I'd like to share with you guys. So this here is a soprano sax keyed in C, actually, rather than the traditional B flat, made by Wurlitzer. And these things were pretty common back in the day. They're not so much made in C anymore since they kind of became obsolete. But quite a few years ago, they were a little more common in C. People tended to use them playing with the piano and things like that when that was a little more common to be in every household. But anyway, so this one came across our desk, and I thought it was really interesting because it has, obviously, you can see this just absolutely beautiful engraving and re-lacquered job that I really, really like. You can see it's engraved all the way up and down, all of the keys and all the tonals and everything, and just wonderful, wonderful work there. So let's take a bit of a closer look at it here. So if you can see, you got Wurlitzer down there, and it is in low pitch. You see more of that kind of flowery engraving up there, and up at the top there. Really lovely stuff. And so some interesting features about this one is that it is only keyed up to a high E flat, which is obviously nowadays most saxophones go up to high F. Sometimes they have F sharp, but this one only up to E flat. So it doesn't even have the top side key over here for high E. And that was, from what I've seen, pretty common for especially sopranos pitched in C. Back in the day, they just only put them up to E flat, and that was just kind of common for the time. It's also got this old style octave mechanism. I mean, most of this is old style, but specifically the octave mechanism, the kind of old flippy system here. That's kind of neat. So you got that. That's something you don't see all the time. It also has around the back this extra key here. So that is an E flat to D trill. So you'd use that. This would move and trill for you. And of course, that is, with this kind of forked fingering, is not something that we use nowadays. It's just, kind of become obsolete. But that was a feature that this one had. And as you can see, this is actually sprung backwards so that it stays down all the time, which is something that we normally do on old instruments like this. Since nobody uses that alternate fingering, it just causes a lot more trouble. You got to line all this up, and it's a lot easier to just leave it down if you don't use it anyway. So another thing about this is that Wurlitzer did not make their own wind instruments. They usually had other companies make it for them, and they would stencil their name on it, So this is a stencil instrument, and Wurlitzer got stencils from Kahn, Buscher, and Martin. And we're pretty sure that this one's a Martin because of the tone holes here. You can see if you've ever seen some of the old Kahns and the old Buschers, they don't quite have this style of tone hole. Kahn has a little bit more of a roll to it. So these were pretty characteristic of the old Martins. So we're pretty confident that it's a Martin, but again, hard to know exactly. There's not too much information out there about these. But that was it. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about it. I'm going to try and do a bit of a play test, and so you can see how it sounds.